Hey guys, welcome back to another episode on Overland Garage. I'm Benjamin, and what we do here is built not bought, and it means just that. We take something and we build it. We don't go out and buy it. We do buy some things, but we mostly build them. And so today we're going to be talking about the Duramax, and I've got some interesting news for you. So stick around, stay tuned, and we're going to dig right into this. This is Overland Garage. So you're probably wondering what happened. Well, let's just say the other day I was driving this old girl and I hadn't quite planned on taking it off the road yet. My original plan was to drive the truck and work on this crew cab that's behind you that you can't see, that's over there in the picture but not really in the picture. Anyways, I had planned to do all the body work and paint this cab, and then when I was ready I was going to take this truck off the road and take it all apart and cut the frame and extend it and slide the whole thing underneath this cab and fix it and be done with it, and I would just assemble it and that would be the end. Well, what happened was I was driving down the road and I had to get off the highway and I lost the transmission line, and I thought, well, that's okay, I'll just fix it, and I did, and then I drove it, and then I drove it 2 hours, and then on my way home I drove it home and it was having issues. And I got it home, and the next day I found out that I had cracked the transmission bell housing in half. I mean, not connected to the things that make it work. So, the torque converter is not even in the engine, is not even in the transmission anymore. So, this was the answer I was looking for. It's time to finally take it apart and do the job. So what we are going to do today, now that I've got all that out and you are caught right back up to where we are, is what we're going to do today is, this is going to be a multiple series video with multiple parts, but the first step today is we're going to try to get as much of the nose off of this truck as possible so that we can start digging into the rest, because I've got to get the nose off and the cab off and the bed off, so this is just a frame with running gear in it. So that is what we're going to attempt to do today. I don't know how far we're going to get because it's like 7 o'clock and we're running out of daylight. So we're going to try to start getting the nose of this off, and we're going to label everything and go from there. But I'm going to try to do some B-roll stuff for you, show you what happened with the transmission along the way, talk about some things. But that's a background of what we're really going to do, and it's just a tear down today. So we're going to try to tear down as much as we can with the light that we have. So I'm going to try to talk a little less and just let you guys see what we're doing. So let's get right into that and get her done. Now the first thing that we have to do is we're going to pull the grille, the headlights, the bumper, the hood, and then the fenders. And then that will pretty much give us access to everything we need. The hard thing with this is everything on these trucks is attached to the fenders. So we're going to have to be kind of careful where we're taking stuff apart. We're going to have to label things good, because I actually need all this stuff to go back in that cab right there. And so when I put it all back together, it's got to be pretty straightforward, plug and play, and I don't want to lose stuff. So I'm going to get my bags out here, get my gloves, get my tools, and then we're going to start tearing this apart. But like I said, we need to label everything really good so I don't lose everything, because that's the worst thing that you can do when you do a project, is to go to put it back together and go, hey, you know what this box of parts is over here? Nah, that's spare parts. We don't need that anymore. And in fact, you find out all those screws that you threw away because you're like, I don't know where they go anymore, are stuff you needed. So we're going to avoid that and label everything. So without that, I'm going to try to pop the hood, take the grill, headlights, etc. Little stuff. And because, I'm not really highly motivated to do this job yet, but we're going to work our way into it. So let's try to get into it and do it. So I've got myself my bags, my tools, and my cart. And this is the first time I've seen this in like a year, because the problem with these is they are a flat surface. and you just throw junk in them, and you actually don't use them what they're for, and that's to hold tools and stuff while you're working on the job. And then you put the tools away and the stuff you're working on, and you have your cart back. But you know, you get lazy and throw junk in there. Whatever. So we're gonna pop the hood, start taking this apart, and the rest is history. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to slow down for a second because, yes, I'm painting this hood, but I want to just take a minute and show you that when you do this, if you're doing this by yourself, you want to put something on the corners of the hood. So I'm probably going to tape something on the corners of this hood, because if you're not careful for two things, you'll slip and you'll almost guarantee smash the windshield out. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to need the windshield for this cab, but regardless, you don't want to do that if you can't help it. Second of all, you'll bust the corner of the hood, chip all the paint, smash the corner of the hood, and we don't want that. So we're going to take a precautionary step. We're going to tape the corners of the hood up, and then we can very carefully take it off. It's always good if you have two people to do this job. Since I'm by myself, lay a blanket down even, or a towel or something. That's what you're going to do. I don't know about you, but I'm not fond of buying a new hood, so I take the step to be careful. So I've been beckoned for dinner, so we're gonna try to catch up on this thing a little later, and if we can't, we'll hit it in the morning. So thanks for tuning in for the moment. Stay tuned. We'll catch up with you in a little bit. And I am hungry. I need to get out of here. So what we're gonna do to finish this up for this series is we're gonna take the bumper off, we're gonna take the headlights, the grill out, and pull the fenders. And I will show you what's involved with that. It's pretty simple. But I want to get this down so you can see just the motor, which means we're going to have to take the radiator support too. But we'll get into that later. But I need to basically get the fenders off and the nose off so that I can start taking the cab apart and get that ready to put this cab on it. So what we're going to do right now is take the bumpers, fender, the grill, headlights, and then that'll kind of wrap up what we've got going on for this video. But stay tuned, because we're going to take the bed off in the next video and start ripping the cab apart. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. So I'll get right into this and we'll show you how that's done. So this is literally a bunch of these little push pin thingies, and those. There's usually 15 of those for like 8, but I've taken them all off. So, and then the grill I had a screwdriver. There's a Phillips head. There's a bunch of these Phillips heads. And then there's also a 10mm, but I've already taken that out. And then the whole thing just pops out. Like so. And then the headlights. You can pull those pins and unclip the headlight connectors. Marker lights. You pull on this side here. There's a little tab. You push in and then you pull them out. Bulbs. Same thing over here. There you go, headlight delete. Now, we're going to take the bumper, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you're taking the mounts off inside too, and the bumper will come right off. You're going to unplug the fog lights, and then they're 15mm bolts. So the bumper was a little more trickier to get off than I thought. Bolts didn't want to come out. Bumper was kind of wedged in there, but now we're just going to rip the fenders off and then we're going to call it a day on this project. So I'm going to yank these off real quick. See how that goes. So in our next video, what you're going to be seeing is us taking the cab apart, and then we're going to rip the bed off, and then we'll start tearing into the other things that are involved with that. So you're going to want to stick around, and that video should be popping up right up here. Maybe? Some of the Duramax stuff will, so stay tuned. She looks funny like that, huh? So that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and become a supporter of the channel. So, until next time, this has been Overland Garage.